guys for our afternoon session here with Andrea Hutcheson. She is an incredible human. She loves Jesus. She loves people. She's an amazing servant leader. And we pretty much joined right around the same time. I think it was the same year within like a month or so. So we're OGs over here. And she's just incredible. English is not her first language, you guys. And so she's faced a lot of setbacks or a lot of things that could have been setbacks, but she didn't allow it to be a setback. It was just a setup for her next great level. And so currently we are both jet setters. So we're like side sisters here. And she's just an amazing woman and a great leader. And she is amazing at systems and techie things and all those lovely things. So I'm super excited that she's willing to give her time to us. So for any questions that you guys have at the end, please, please, please make sure we got to keep this boom shakalaka moving. We probably need to wrap it up around, I don't know, hold on, what time is it now? 3:50, 3:30. So maybe around 4:10 or 15 or so. So yeah, super excited about this. So let's just go ahead and get started. And thank you for being here, Andrea.
No, thank you. Well, thank you, Rochelle, for inviting me. You have an amazing leader. Before I get started, I do want to give her a shout out because she's willing to just go the extra mile for you. And she really cares about you being successful and not just her making all the money or her having all the success. She gives so much back to you guys that I hope that you appreciate her and that you let her know, because many of my team members don't let me know. And I feel like sometimes I'm like, I can't read that. I can let the red light story tell me that I'm not doing a good job because nobody's telling me. So make sure that you let her know that she's doing amazing. Whatever she's helping you with, let her know that it's helping you. Show her the results of your work, because that helps us notice you as well. Okay, as leaders, we can keep up with everybody. And I'm sure that, Rochelle has a lot of people underneath her, and she has chosen you to be here today. She has set everything together just for you because she wants you to be successful. So take notes. Don't take this for granted. You did not pay for this, you earned this, but at the same time, let's put it into action. Let's stop listening to everybody talk and just put all that you learned today and tomorrow into action. Today, I did talk about the success. The key for success is belief. So make sure that you're also believing in yourself and the systems that she has put in place. And I'm sure that she's going to be doing even more after this training for you, but you also need to help her because we leaders can't do everything. We also have our families. We also go through a lot. You don't think we get into depression, but we do. Just that Rochelle and I just get one day depression and that's it. That's all we can have. Like we can't have anymore because so many people depend on us. So, just understand that we understand where you're at, and, we have Jesus. So that's the only way we can make it, like literally. Okay. Like 2 days ago, I was depressed and I was like, I quit. I am done. And it had nothing to do with paparazzi. It was just family issues. And I was like, what? I never faced those. Jesus, take the wheel. Okay. So we're going to go into the systems. Okay. Why do we need systems? There's not a perfect system per se, but I will talk about 5 different systems that your team needs to have in place. And I already have some documents that I have put out there that you guys can use. And Rochelle is welcome to take those and recreate them with you guys' logo in it. So I don't really care. I just want you to have the best of the best. And if you can even improve it, like just welcome that too. Okay. But the reason why we need systems is because we need a structure. Okay. When we come into this industry, we don't have anybody to tell us what to do. Like they may say that they tell you like a checklist of what to do, but it's really like after you finish that, what happens? Like everybody goes downhill, or you don't have the confidence that you need as a leader to keep leading onto more people. And many of you are leaders here. So I'm not talking to the crowd that's new. I'm talking to people that have enrolled people, and they need to trust you. So I will be staying a little bit more in the subject of systems for leaders, but I'll walk you through all the systems that we have. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Hopefully I have everything in place. And I have messages everywhere. But you guys, I am so happy that I don't have that many messages that I had about 3 months ago. I have messages from 2016. All right, so we do have 3 different groups. We have the main group. So when we're talking about the main group, that system in there, your main group, the royal rock stars. Okay, that main group, it is your library. Okay, that's the group where you need to shout out your team members. That's the group where you need to post positive things. That's the group that you need to show, oh my gosh, I got new inventory. You leaders are the core of that group. I understand that you're going to have chats for your team. I understand that you're going to have your own groups, but the more community we can build into that main group, the more people are going to feel the fire and they're going to get excited, and there's momentum that's going to go on. So you leaders, your job is whenever somebody ranks up, you're going to recognize them in your profile. You're going to recognize them in the chat. You're going to recognize them in your group, but also don't forget to recognize them in the Royal Rockstar group, because the more places you recognize them, the more they're going to feel special. Okay, so that main group, it is your library. When you need something, you can just go into the search bar and type in there whatever you need, like how to do Shopify, how to find out about Facebook parties, how to find out this. So we don't need to make our newbies feel overwhelmed. And that leads me to the part where we need an onboarding system. So I have shared this website with you guys before, and I know Rochelle has them as well. So we have what's called the Launching Strong. That's the sheet that I've created for onboarding someone. Why do we need a sheet to create like a sheet for onboarding people? When you have somebody join your team, what's the first thing that you do? And I would like to see that in the comments, because that helps me understand, what is it that you're wanting to do? Can you guys see, Rochelle, can you see the ones that I'm showing on this one right here? Hopefully you can. If not, I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen again right here.
Yeah, I was seeing it
All
just
right.
fine. Thank you.
So we have the Launching Strong. Okay. So why do we need an onboarding system? What's the first thing that you felt whenever you joined Paparazzi? You were excited. You were like, I'm ready to go. I have my kid. I'm going to go live. That's what they tell me to do. But then you feel like, oh my gosh, so much information overload. People cannot feel that way. They need to have confidence that this is the business that they join, and that you have the tools as a leader to guide them there. So the Launching Strong is an onboarding system. It's just 2 pages, 2 pages. Okay. Becky says, I have the list to start. I have like a game plan interview to find out their why. That why is on that Launching Strong. That's great tips. How can we have access to this PDF? Rochelle is going to be posting them. I'm sure that she already has them on you guys' website. If not, she's going to put it in there. But she is welcome to take that. Heather, you're welcome to recreate that. But basically, it's just a guide. The guide cannot have more than 2 pages. And this is a front and a back. This has to be just 1 page. Why? Because you want to make it a checklist for your team members to just check mark. How do you feel? I don't know if you guys are like me, but I love check marking everything. I like to make a to-do list and scratch it off, and I feel like I'm amazing, like I conquer the world, and like I rock. Okay, the same thing for your team members. When I have somebody join my team, that's the first thing that I do. I set up a 30-minute call with them, a 45-minute call with them, and I just say, just fill this page out and let's go over that in a Zoom meeting. Now, I don't have the time to do all of this, and I'm sure Rochelle's going to have me over again, but time management is huge as a system for you. You have to use Calendly. Calendly is a platform that is free. That's how I schedule my calls with my team members. I have my schedule layout, and then when I need somebody to book an appointment, they book the appointment at my available time. Why? Because you as a leader, you need to show that there is boundaries, that your time is not just free, that they cannot just call you at midnight and ask you a question. You have to set boundaries. They have to trust you, and you have to have that confidence as well, that you're not going to be wasting time with everybody. Yes, they need you right now, but they can wait until tomorrow. If not, they're going to find out the answer. But newbies need to set up an appointment, and that makes you look like what? What do you think it makes you look like? Like you're put together, even though you're not put together. You're put together because you're sending them a link to book an appointment with you. So I do my reach out with my new consultants. I welcome them into the group. I tell them, do not worry about anything right now. Just check out the excitement in the group that's going on. If you can set up the appointment, fill out this form, and we can go over that. So I go over that with them in the Launching Strong when they finish that, and it usually takes a month for them to finish that. So they have the whole month set up with me. They book an appointment with me the first time for 45 minutes. And then after that, they book every single week for 3 weeks after that, a 15-minute call, because we go over their goals and the checklist. Okay, so I'm going to show you that document so you're not lost. Basically, just what we were saying, we set up, our goals. We say, are you going to commit? We always ask them before we go into the meeting. We say, are you doing this as a business or are you doing this as a hobby? What are you doing this, for? I have to find out their why. If they just want to do this as a hobby, then I just add them to the groups and I say, girl, I'll check on you again next month and see where you're at. Let's just have some fun. You can still shop with me, like whatever you want to do, let's do it, and then I just let them be. But then I always check on them. The mistake that we leaders make is that because they join as a hobbyist, we think that they're going to stay there. And you don't understand that they may change their mind within the next few months, within the next few weeks, because they see the excitement and they see that it's possible to make it to the next level. They see that it's possible that their dreams can come true because of the testimonies that everybody's posting over there. So I don't erase them. I just keep checking on them until their life is put together, where they think they need to be. I just let them be, and then I let them be excited. But if they choose this as a business, then I go over their why. And then I ask them, how can I keep you motivated? That's where your leadership part comes in. We are not born leaders, okay? We create leaders. So you're not going to just receive leaders just because you're a leader and you're going to recruit people. Okay, we have to create leaders. So how can we keep them motivated? That's where it comes the part of, you need to have a personality test, which there's one that I'm going to sell Rochelle that I use a lot. It's online, and it talks about the different color personalities. You have the red, the blue, the green, and the yellow. Many of you have heard of that. I'm a yellow and a red. That's why I'm very forward, but I'm like really kind. I'm like, I can't hurt your feelings. I am a people's pleaser, So, but I'm like, okay, let's do this. Very forward. Like right now, like I don't know you, so I'm just going to be forward. But if I knew you, I'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I know what you're going through. And then I don't tell the whole truth. I'm like, you suck because of this. So that's my personality. So when you know their personality and when you know their love language, you're going to be able to motivate them. You're going to be able to just speak their language. You can't go to somebody like very forward. Many times I hear leaders say, Andrea, I just don't understand. I tell them what to do and they don't do it. I'm tired of them. They need to go find their own way. Like, I'm not going to waste my time on them. And I'm like, that's a red personality. That's me. Okay. And then I tell them, Jomaris, you need to understand that that's not their color personality and that's not their love language. You need to speak to their love language and their color personality. So go find out what they need. And then if they still don't do it, then move on. Okay, but you already tried everything that you needed to try as a leader. So I need to find out how to keep them motivated. Maybe checklists will keep them motivated. Maybe having a once a week call with them keeps them motivated. Maybe, recognition or a gift will keep them motivated. Whatever it is, that's what I'm going to find out. This is not how can they think they can stay motivated, because not everybody can stay motivated. Okay, but we can inspire others. And by the way, my 2 cents, because I'm really pumped and I'm really excited because I love leadership, especially now in the time of my life. I've been doing this for 8 years. One of the biggest tips I can give you. Are you ready? Write this down. People thrive on recognition and accountability. That's where you need to focus on as a leader. We created, before I move into keep going with my onboarding, we created a leadership power hour, which I need to update this document. But basically, all I focus on is recognition and accountability. Do you know that people will listen to you more if you bring other people into the group and they tell you what to do, even though you already have told them so many times? Right? How many times Rochelle has told you blah, 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 blah. And then Andrea comes on and she says the same thing, exactly the same thing. And you're like, oh, what an aha moment. And then Rochelle is like, oh my gosh, I just told you that like so many times. That's the same thing with your team members. If you want somebody to listen to you, you need to give them the information, they apply it, and then you need to bring it into the group and let them train on that. We've been doing the power hour, which I'll go over that in a second because it's another part of my systems. We've been doing the power hour since October. That's like focusing an hour of my day on 4 things: connecting, prospecting, following up, and referrals. And we had like 70 some people on the Zoom. They were like all excited. And I was like, okay, we're going to do this. Past a week. It's just been a week. It went down to 50 and then it went down to 30. Then we were down to 15 people. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, people don't want to work. So what I did is, okay, they don't want to listen to me. Only people outside my team wants to listen to me. So let's bring in the people that is working for them. So I brought people that were seeing results during the power hour. And I told them, okay, come give us just a short testimonial on how it's working for you. So they're coming every Wednesday. We have success stories every Wednesday. And I'm focusing right now on the power hour, power hour, power hour, power hour. And they're coming and training. And then everybody's like, oh my gosh, I got to do the power hour. So our numbers are going up. We have 40 people right now. So hopefully more people will come on. And there's other people that are doing it at their own time, but it's working. They're hearing it over and over and again. How many times do you need to listen to the same message until you put it into practice? How many times do you listen to the same preacher until you put it into practice? So many times. And so it's the same thing with the team. You want to be heard. Don't be on the spotlight. Stop being on the spotlight. Stop wanting the spotlight. Just bring other people in that are having success in your team and then have them just train on it. And here's the other thing you have to understand. Some of you, your team members, are not going forward because you're on the spotlight and you're just training. You have been doing this, I don't know how long. And then they look at you and they see this goddess. They're like, oh my gosh, I can never be like Andrea. Like, she has it all together. She has her warehouse. She has this. I can never do that. Like, I can never accomplish success. I can never have the mention that Rochelle has. I can never have that. Like, I can't do it. So then they give up because those thoughts start coming into their heads and then they're not able to move forward. So make sure that you bring in people that are just real. And then I understand that Rochelle and I are the same deal. Like, we don't live like, ooh, we do our own things and that's how we're happy. But some people look at us like we're untouchable. Okay. We are humans. We go into those places that you go to when you're depressed. We go there too. Okay. So, but then, and then the other thing is, as leaders, you need to stop looking like you have it all together, because you don't. So stop faking it. Okay. Stop faking that you have it all together. Just show that the kids are going crazy and just go live. Listen, this is my idea that I came up with, or this is the idea that has flowing my head. And this is what Andrea shared today, or this is what Rochelle shared today. But then the kids are screaming in the background. This is just live. Just stop showing that you're perfect. Social media has made all of us like crazy. We think that this is the perfect world. That's what they want to show you. Nobody knew that I was depressed 2 days ago because I'm not going to post it. Nobody knew that my anniversary was yesterday because I didn't want to post it. I wanted to be private. I wanted to just enjoy that time with my husband without everybody to know, like I don't care. Okay. But just know that social media is just fake news. Some people are real and you'll notice them once they go live, because you can tell who's real or fake. Okay. But just my 2 cents in this. Yes, we're all a mess. We're a good mess though. We're a good mess. All right. Continue, Andrea. Continue. Stop talking so much. We only have a few minutes. So then, it goes over the checklist. We talk about complete this in 7 days. See, it gives them a deadline. That's what you want. You don't want them to just float around doing some things that are income producing activities. You want them to have a deadline always, because people thrive on deadlines. Okay. Then you have like the checklist here. And then, like, to be honest, don't you think this is so easy? Duh. We want to make it easy so that they can feel successful and so that we can celebrate them and so that they can feel like they are like on top of the mountain. Okay. And then you bring them in, have a interview with them and say, how is the Launching Strong girl? Like, how do you do this whole month that you just joined paparazzi? How has it been? What accomplishments have you had? And then they just share that. So then they inspire the new people to do the Launching Strong. And that's the other thing that we're working on, because not everybody uses this. And I created it like 2 years ago. It may need an update. Okay. So, it's really simple. It's very like together. And then we do have, where is it? The Launching Strong prompt document. This is for you leaders. This is what you follow. It tells you what to say, what to do. It tells you, it gives you homeworks to give to your team members so that you don't feel like you don't know what you're talking about. But systems, which this is a system, makes you look confident, and you have confidence in yourself. So you're going to show up confidence, and you're going to have a place to go. And then it's not as overwhelming as all of the groups that are out there and all of the trainings that are out there. And you're still having communication with your new person, your new team members. So that's the Launching Strong. You always have to have an onboarding system, which we already have. So I'm going to turn those off. If the next thing you want them to do is like the DMOs, which is a daily method of operation, I will definitely start them here, because that is just something that they can do and it only takes them 30 minutes or less. I would say even less. But if you notice this, it has the same layout as the Power Hour. So the DMOs is just a system for them to get them focused and for them to do income producing activities. And then they feel good at the end of the day. Another system, that can be, you're going live. You don't have to have a system for going live. You just need to know where the inventory is. You just have to be organized. And if you want to start a system, Shopify will be a really good system, which I'm sure Rochelle has a training on that, or she can even like walk you through that. So that's a system for inventory. But people need to do income producing activities, so the DMO helps them. And then once they have been doing the DMO for a while, then you can bring them into the Power Hour, which this is the Power Hour for my team. It's more detail on here because I couldn't find the one that I share with everybody else. But we do have groups for everything. I don't post in that groups. I just have the units in there to keep everything separated. So we focus on connecting. Like I said, you wish people happy birthday. You connect with friends who have like your comment, your posts. Look at the most recent posts. I give them ideas on what to do during those connecting times. But they have to focus. They cannot be answering messages. They cannot be scrolling on Facebook. They cannot be like, ooh. No, they have to focus for those 15 minutes. Then they focus on the prospecting. Many think that prospecting is just the opportunity. No, we prospect for parties as well, because the more we prospect for parties, the more new customers we're going to have. So then we focus on that. And we have the leadership group in there, which I told you a little bit about what we do for leadership. And I'll show you in a minute the group. But then we have a scripts group, because some people the scripts group is just because it's easier to just copy and paste. It's not that it's fancy and secretive. It's just that I just wanted a group so that I can go in there and copy and paste with my finger, because I use my phone all the time. So I can't just go to websites all the time and download the PDF file, find out what the PDF file is. So that's why we created the groups. All right. And then the other thing is we follow up with people. Like I said, that's the best customer service you're going to have. Your inbox shouldn't be full of messages. You should be checking your messages every day, which I wasn't for how many years? 7 years. And then I had to clean out my whole inbox in 3 months. That's how long it took. And so we follow up with people, customers, prospects, and everything. And then we have the referrals, 15 minutes. At first, it's going to be easy for them, but later on, it kind of gets harder on the prospecting and referrals, because they're like, who do I need to message? That's why they need to have their list ready. They need to start thinking about people they haven't talked to, write down their names on Facebook. And I tell them, you have to clean up your Facebook friends list, because if those people don't answer you within 3 times that you have messaged them, they don't really want to do anything with you. So just unfriend them and then move on and start adding new friends, because we are in the network marketing profession. We're supposed to be networking, not just waiting for people to lay them in our lap, okay, and talk to us. So that's what the Power Hour is. So recap on all of this really quick. We have the Team United Fashionistas, which is my group. You guys have the Royal Rockstars, which is your main group. Remember, that's your group for library things, okay? That's where you post recognitions. That's where you do motivational quotes. That's where you share your wins. The more you share, whether it's just in your group. And then Rochelle's group, the easier it gets. Okay. The more visibility your team members are going to have, and they're going to see that there is a sisterhood instead of everybody doing their thing separate. Okay. And just know, for just my other 2 cents in here, just know that your personally sponsor, sometimes they will get along with you and some others just skip you. Okay. They may not even go to you anymore because they think that you don't know anything. So just let them go to Rochelle, let them go to the next person above. As long as they're doing something, let them do their own thing. If they don't want to work with you, just work with the ones that want to work. And I will tell you that my elites are usually on my 3rd level, 6th level. I do have a few that are my personally sponsored, but some people, they think they have it all together. Just let them think whatever. Let them make their own mistakes. Let them do their own thing. You focus on the ones that want to work with you. And of course, you already try to cater to them, but they don't want to. And sometimes it can also be your personality. Maybe you are like, oh, I'm so afraid. I want you to look at it when you have to confront someone. Instead of confronting someone, I want you to write down the word carefrontation. When you care about someone and you love someone, you're going to confront them in a caring way. You're going to start with a compliment, and then you're going to go into what they did wrong. So let's just say Rochelle is my team member, and I told her that she needed to do this, right? The Launching Strong, we're starting. She told me that she wanted to do this as a business. She didn't set up the appointment. She didn't fill out the form. I'm going to be like, Rochelle, I love you and I'm excited that you started this journey with me. But you told me that you wanted this as a business, but you haven't set up the appointment and you haven't done the Launching Strong. So what is up? Like, what's going on? Let's just say Rochelle did all of that. Okay, she did the meeting. We went through the meeting. We set up the appointment. Then the next following week, we have a 15-minute call as a follow-up, and she doesn't show up. And so I message her and I say, okay, what's going on? We did this. What's going on? You have to be able to confront people in a caring way. So don't look at it as confrontation, it's carefrontation. Let's just say your team member, she has done everything according to her to get more viewers or to sell more. And you have given her tips. Well, you need to go to her profile, check out her branding, check out how she's doing the videos. And that's where the leadership part comes in, that you have to take time out of your day to check all of that and then give her a feedback. But it has to be truthful. Sometimes you just have to understand that not everybody's equal. And some personalities are not so bubbly and they're not as exciting. So they're going to have a hard time trying to transition to that, right? There's some people that are so shy and they're going to take a little bit longer to have success. They're still going to have success, but it's going to take a little bit longer. So you have to be able to explain to them that it's going to take a little bit longer, not lie to them and just keep doing it, girl. No, girl, here's what you need to change. Right now, you need to be a little bit extra, even though it doesn't feel like you want to, but you just have to be a little bit extra when you're in a camera so people can feel your energy. So you have to be able to, confront those people with that and in a caring way. So that's something that I just learned recently because I'm a people pleaser and I don't want to tell people that they suck when they suck. Okay. So I just have to learn, okay, how do we do this in a nice way? You suck, I'm just kidding. Okay, moving on. So we have the leadership group and, I have a big Spanish theme. So these groups that are following the Fashionistas leadership group, the Becoming a Bling Boss and the scripts, they all have the Spanish on a different unit once I end the first units. So it's English first and then Spanish. And so I have the leadership group. I don't post in there, but just once a month, which is I go live and I do a training for leaders, let them know what's about to happen this month, what are some things that they need to be aware of. And we do a Zoom together. But then on the Becoming a Bling Boss is a prospecting group for our prospects. So that has really helped us. I bring in every week a new person to share their story. Now, here's the thing I will tell you that I hate doing. Okay, I don't like asking people for favors. I want people to be available and say, Andrea, tell me what you want me to do. How can I help you? But doesn't happen. So I just, it crashed my dream. So now I have to go ask people. And it's not because of pride. I just don't want to bother people. Okay, that's really the point. So I'm sure Rochelle doesn't want to bother you either. So just tell her after this video, Rochelle, anything that you need, just let me know. Okay, and just be willing to for her to message you and say, okay, I need you to do this, I need you to do this. And it's something that is important, that's going to collaborate with your group, with your team. Okay, so I ask people every at the beginning, almost at the end of the month, I ask them if they can share their story in the Bling Boss group. And so they come every week, we have somebody sharing their story. And remember, I have to deal with two groups, English and Spanish. So then I have to ask the English speaking people, can you come share your story? So, be willing to say, whatever you need, let me know. If you want me to share a success story, let me know. After this whole 2-day training, virtual training, Rochelle, do you want me to give a testimony how excited I am? Just let her know that you're willing to do that, because that's going to help her a lot. I don't know if she's like me, but that's how I am, and I don't want to bother anyone. And sometimes that's something that we leaders deal with. And the last one is the scripts for your business. Like I said, it's just scripts. I just put them on a unit because I just want to go with my finger and copy and paste. Okay, it's not like it's fancy and anything. I think I need to update those scripts, but some people, they feel like, I don't know what to do, they're having a panic attack because they're like, what do I say, what do I say, what do I say? I'm not like Andrea, she just flows. So scripts helps them, but let them know that they need to make them their own instead of just copying and pasting. Okay, so those are the systems that we have. Like I said, we have the leadership group where we focus, we use the Pro app every morning. We get up, we get messages, and we're like, okay, whose birthday it is, who anniversaries it is, who just joined. So I'm just here texting every single person. I don't send emails, I don't send anything. I just make it personal and I just text them every morning. It's like, oh my gosh, if I miss a day, it's like chaos. Okay. And so every morning, that's what I do during my leadership power hour. And then I focus on recognition. Let me see if I can show you my Canvas and I'll be done. Let me see if I can show you my Canvas account. But we we are so cool, okay? We are so cool, not to brag or anything. We come up with our own awards because, paparazzi doesn't award you for everything. So we come up with our own awards. So we created different award systems. Let me show you. We celebrate anybody that has like the 1K club, the 500 club, the 300 club. I mean, if I need to create a 100 club for you, I will do it, okay? So we create images. And let me see if I can find the ones. We created one that it says, congratulations, Faith Over Fear Award. We created the one that says Stepping Out of Your Comfort Zone Award. So we're coming up with a bunch of different awards because we don't know what else to do. And so you did your first live video. Okay, celebrate, we just add the picture in there. You just became active. Let's celebrate you for being active. I mean, who doesn't like to have an award or a picture posted in everywhere, right? So we created the one team player, the consistency award, because there's some people that are not going to have like massive PV. So I want to celebrate them for something that they're doing that nobody else notices but me, especially my personally sponsor, and then the people that work with me that are not my personally sponsored. And then I let my leaders do theirs. And then guess what's going to happen? Your job as a leader is to post it in your group, but then post it in our group as leaders. And then I can just go in there and be like, oh my gosh, that is so awesome. And then I can just message your team members, voice message you and say, oh my gosh, so-and-so, you're awesome. I saw that Jamari's congratulated you for doing your first live. That is so amazing. Guess what? I am like, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, Andrea Hutcheson messaged me. She's like, she has so many team members and she saw me, this little me that I did my first live. Can you imagine how they're going to feel? That's our job. Your job, focus on recognitions and focus on accountability. And lastly, our last system is accountability system, which we call it the WAM meetings. It's called the weekly accountability meetings. And we put people together in a group, same level, they may be the same rank, but they're not on the same level. And so we put them together. And guess what? Andrea she doesn't anymore do meetings weekly with their team members anymore. She does one whole meeting and I put them together. And guess what? Remember I told you they don't listen to me anymore? They listen to everybody else. So then I bring people in that circle and then I just go over their roadblock, or I go over like their wins and everything. And they have to report to me. If they don't report, they're out of the group. Okay, they're special. I picked you. Now you got to go, do your job and then come onto the meeting, share your report, and then share your roadblock, share your win. And then, I just let them talk. Like somebody has a roadblock, I'm like, so Christina, what advice can you give Sophia? And then they're like, well, da da da. And I'm like, I totally agree with that. And then they're listening to her. And they're gonna listen to her because they're like, she's on my same level. She can totally do this. So I can do this. You know what I'm saying? So the accountability meetings are really good. I would put, like, if you recruit 10 people in a month or 5 people in the month, I would put them together in a group setting and be like, oh, okay, don't forget to report this week. I don't even know if I'm making sense on the accountability ones, but we just started that about December. And that has been really good because then my schedule is kind of open, and then I have people in groups, and then now they're having side sisters. They're having accountability partners within our groups, and they're getting together and they're like, girl, did you know that? Da, 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 da. They're sharing ideas. And then that makes the community so much better, which is what we were missing. So I'm excited. So now we're going to take questions. I'm going to let Rochelle be unmuted. Unmute. There you are.
I'm good.
Okay,
Okay, that was like fire.
That was a lot.
Talk about amazing. You're just so incredible, girl. I just love you so much. So if you guys have any quick questions, let us know. I'm going to try to quickly scroll through here quickly. What was the app that you used to create those celebration graphics is what Shelly Williams is wondering.
That would be Canva. We love Canva.
Y'all got to understand, and Andrea's techie skills are out of the roof.com. Like, she knows how to design websites and all kinds of crazy stuff. Rochelle doesn't have those skills, but it's okay. I'm going to celebrate her, y'all. So just saying.
I'm sorry, I have dyslexia, so how do you spell that?
Canva. I'm looking at the comments because I'm like, okay, how do you spell that in English? Oh.
Erica is wondering what the app was for your calendar scheduling. I think that's Calendly, right?
Yes, Calendly. If you can spell that, Rochelle.
I think I can.
There you go. It was a lot of information, Janet. So Rochelle is going to have the recording. So you can always come back to that and rewatch it, and just rewatch it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. So basically, y'all, that was a lot, right? A lot of y'all are beginner leaders, and this is like advanced training times. Like, this is college level, high level stuff, right? Okay? So don't feel like you have to get to where Andrea's at now.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
You have Rochelle for that. She's going to do all of this, so you're just going to duplicate, okay? Just focus on recognition, just focus on that onboarding, and I would say that's it. That's it.
Have simple systems that work for you, that you can really rock out, and you can take these ideas, right, and make them your own, but don't allow overwhelm to take over, because when I look at it, y'all, I'm not a systems girl at all. Like, I'm so all over the place, y'all. It's insane. So systems like make me nervous and freak me out.
That's your red light story. We're gonna move on to that green story.
Okay, girl, call me out on that. It's okay. But yeah, it's just not my comfort zone, right? But that's okay, and we can learn and grow. And I have a lot.
Yes, you have.
I have done a ton for the team, in case you guys haven't noticed. But we're gonna do even more, right? Whatever helps make things easier for y'all, whatever makes things easier for your team. So stay tuned for those documents and all that. We will probably have to revamp them a little bit and use them for the team, since Andrea is so sweet like that. But yeah, super excited about that. So thank you, Andrea. Any other questions, you guys, in the comments?
Christina was asking, do you email the launching strong to each new consultant? So here's why I put him on the website. We have the Let's Flourish Together website, which, Rochelle, what's your website? What's the name?
Royal Rockstars.
Yeah, so you go in there, and then there should be a PDF file in there, so that they just click on it and then they'll pop on the top. So I just send them that link because I don't have time to go look for the PDF. I just send them, and so it's easy. They can put it on their phone, so the PDF file comes up on their phone. They can fill it out on a piece of paper as long as they have their answers, but they can even pull it up on their phone. And so we have to be mobile friendly or whatever. So I just do that. I don't email. I just everything through Messenger, voice messages. Get used to voice messages. They make it more personal. And even when you're connecting with people, just send voice messages. Like, don't even type. Yes. Yes, Elena, you can use the DISC personality test. Dominant personality, influential, secure, and compliant. Do you ever hear about this? Yes, Elena, it's too complicated for me and my English. So I like the color personalities because I'm more like a visual person type of thing. And I'm sure the DISC is, but that's something that Rochelle can come up with and then pass it on to me.
Andrea, look at this comment. This was one of the best trainings I've ever seen in 30 years of marketing. So you should pat yourself on the back.
Oh, that is so awesome.
Okay, Ashley Gibbs says, how many hours a week do you think you spend on the phone with your team? And what do you recommend in that area for a director level leader, maybe up through producer level?
I will tell you, after starting the Leadership Power Hour, I don't spend more than 2 hours a day or an hour a day with my team. I only train on Fridays, the first Friday of the month, and then I have people come on and train. And then on the phone, I only do it during the Leadership Power Hour where I have to call people and just congratulate them. I do that every day, Monday through Friday. So I focus that 1 hour, only focus on leadership, recognitions and messages, and only I can do it on that hour. If I miss that hour, my whole day is like, oh, it's like not reading the Bible. Okay. Like power hour for leaders and power hour regular is my Bible time. And if I miss it, like I'm messed up. Like I don't have any confidence in myself. But that's all I do. And then I do block maybe 1 hour. That's why I said 1 to 2 hours a day, because I separate 1 hour where they can schedule meetings with me. And ask questions, follow-ups. I only do 15-minute calls, and then unless it's a new consultant, then I give them 30 minutes because I can get the launching strong in 30 minutes. So are you going to share some of these templates? I can, Maritza, I can.
Yeah, I will. We'll be posting it in our special little virtual group then. So no worries. It might be the beginning of next week, but just stay tuned for that, y'all. Okay, we'll be in touch. No worries. We got you.
And by the way, Rochelle, I use Ashley Gibbs' hostess package on one of my systems because I train my team how to coach their hostesses. We have scripts for that, and then I use the hostess package to mail out a free piece with the hostess package to my hostess. So we do use that one. So you have really great leaders in this team that can create so many things. I would just say where we need to focus on is just focus on your time, income producing activities. And like I said, Power Hour has been great. Hopefully you guys can get started on that. We're all new on that because we just, I really just put my whole mind into it this past year. And I'm sure Rochelle is going to start that as well. But if not, just do it on your own. 50 minutes here, 50 minutes there.
Yeah. Okay. What top 3 things are on your personal DMO, Andrea? We'll end with that one.
Well, the Power Hour. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, those things, connections.
Crazy intentional and connecting with your team and shouting them out. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, I just focus on those 2. I mean, I kind of answer that question because those are the 2 main bread and butters for my business now. And I don't know, Rochelle, but we have been friends since we started Paparazzi. And I don't know if you have seen the change, but my whole personality and my whole life has changed since September last year.
Girl, I feel the energy in you, and I feel like more of a confidence in you as a leader.
Yes.
And I felt that. I was gonna tell you.
Yeah, I'm like really excited because there's more confidence, and I've been doing this for 8 years.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that confidence, and it all comes in your head. And of course, systems really help with your confidence. So that's where everything has changed for me. It's not like I've been doing it forever. Oh, if you would have met me a year ago, I would have been like a mess. I'm still trying to make it.
Girl, you're awesome sauce. And we really, really appreciate your time and energy and all that lovely jazz, because I know you're a busy lady, but thank you. Thank you for that advanced training and just your heart behind leadership and all. You have such a beautiful heart, and we just appreciate you pouring into us. And I love you.
Thank you, Rochelle.
And we need to get together again one of these days soon. So
yes, you just need to come over so you can help me build those thingies that flip over.
Oh, Merle can do that, not me.
Yeah, but then he builds that with Danny, and then we can go shopping.
Yeah, there you go. That sounds perfect.
Yeah, the 4th one was referrals and reviews. So we're coming up with different things. Instead of asking people for booking parties, we're asking them if they want us to celebrate them on the day that we go live. So we're like, Rochelle, you're an amazing customer of mine and a good friend. I would love to celebrate you on Tuesday or Thursday when I go live. what day will work for you. And guess what? They're going to invite their friends and it's like a party, but we're just calling it a celebration day. And then with the referral part, we came up with the brand ambassador idea where we are asking people like, hey, would you like to be our brand ambassador? We have a brand ambassador program. Basically, just take the test, the Fashion Fix test that we have in the back office. Send me your answers and I will send you happy mail. And all you have to do is post it on your profile 3 times in a month. Post a picture, let your friends know where they can find all this stuff, and that has been working really well for us too. Thank you, Sabrina. Well, thank you guys so much.
Okay, well, I think that's pretty much all for now. We have to, let's see. Are you still
got
the host?
15 minutes.
Okay.